when it comes to symptom management, what we have to focus on is making sure that the person who has prolapse knows how to manage pressure in their abdominal wall and in their pelvis. Because what really makes prolapse worse is pushing down on the organs even more, right? And how can we push down on the organs even more is by typically generating a lot of intra-abdominal pressure inside of the abdomen, and that pressure from the abdomen pushes down into the pelvis. You generate a lot of this pressure in here, and that pressure goes downward even more on those organs and towards the pelvic floor, towards the entrance of the vagina. And sometimes that pressure, yes, comes from lifestyle habits, maybe bearing down on the toilet, for urination or bowel movements, maybe heavy lifting in the gym, maybe a laborious job, picking up kids, picking up heavy things from the ground, breath holding. Those are like true pressure mismanagement strategies that someone could potentially do. But then there's also other factors that increase the level of symptoms that people have. And that can be something like load intolerance. Maybe their pelvic floor is just too weak, so they're having symptoms all the time, right? Or it's somebody who is an athlete, for example, and they have pelvic organ prolapse. They're doing too much workload that is tolerant for the pelvic floor, meaning the pelvic floor's critical threshold is low and they reach that bar really fast. So you need to get the pelvic floor stronger in order to withhold and that's what's actually contributing to a lot of their symptoms, because their volume overall throughout the whole day is too much for their pelvic floor to handle, which then increases their symptoms throughout the day or by the end of the day. So when it comes to symptom management, it looks like managing pressure, managing volume of where you're at in this stage of life, making sure you're not doing too much activity, making sure that you're really just honing in on things that support recovery. So when it comes to symptom management, and something that I do when I work with people online and a lot of my team does, is making sure that we look at someone's lifestyle, their habits. What are they doing day in and day out that could actually be contributing to symptoms way more than they would ever believe?